Hi, good evening. Welcome to Curriculum Night of 2020. And what an unusual curriculum night this is. This is the class your student has with me. It's Language Arts 9. And I want to share with you a little bit about myself and our class. My name is Kristina Smith, and I've been a Rochester Schools teacher for 22 years now, teaching at the Rochester High School. And I want to go over a little bit about your child's class with you. So I am going to screen share as I would with our students, a little bit about our class. So this is the Moodle class that your son or daughter goes through for their instruction. During Mondays, we have the live instruction together. And then after Monday's live instruction, the students go off for what I call like their extended independent learning. So if we're studying, in here we talk about argumentative writing and analysis, reading skills, writing skills, listening, speaking, viewing, analyzing literature, dramas, nonfiction, short stories, we look at it all. And so in the live instruction, so your student will go through class with me. I like to kind of describe it as I sort of point them in a direction. I might bring up a new area of study, a new skill, something we've been reading about, and I kind of lead the class and guide it. After that, they're going to go off into their work in their independent learning time, and they're going to extend into something that we would have covered. So this is basically what their Moodle setup looks like, and they would click into these, and there are more assignments, things, resources for them to go through in there. What I'd like to go a little bit over is just our syllabus, things that will help you to understand a little bit more about virtual and about what our class looks like and what we do. So we're developing different language skills with a big emphasis, obviously, on reading, analyzing, and some argumentative and research components. The online learning for virtual is a wonderful mix of that guided instruction from me on our Zoom Meet days and the flexibility and individuality that your student can have of deciding, past that Zoom time, when they want to do the assignments, where they want to do them, how they want to schedule that in their life. Some students like to take care of all of their English on a Monday when we have class, and others will space it out. Obviously identifying when our deadline is. So right now I've been giving them about a week to get through things. And so they can kind of flex when and how they want to get that work done. Introducing myself just a little bit more. I have two young daughters who might be running behind me in the hallway. My husband's also a teacher, so we're all at home right now trying to teach class and take class, doing elementary school and high school and all of it together. So it's been an interesting mix. My contact information, I've heard from many parents already, so I know my email is out there. But if you want to write it down or snap a picture of it, it's kmsmith@rochester.k12.mi.us. A little bit about these open office hours. These are time for students to access us teachers. Every teacher has 2 days a week where we offer an hour where we just sit on Zoom. It's an open Zoom, and students can come and go. It's not mandatory. There's no attendance, but they can seek help and assistance, and they know that we're right there. It's kind of like walking in a classroom door for tutoring or help. And there's a PM set and an AM set. Obviously, down here it's just stressing that's not the only time I'm available. I am answering questions from students all day long through email. And usually I can kind of guide them to what they need to know through email. But any way that they work best, if they want to jump on a Zoom and I can do it, we can do that. The only time, obviously, I can't really stop and help other students is when I'm teaching class on Mondays. So just a snapshot of what my schedule looks like, just to help understand. I want to make sure students know my feedback is pretty prompt. But for example, on a Monday, if a student has my 8 to 9 class and then they start working on assignments and they ask me a question in the 9 o'clock hour, I'm not going to be able to respond until much later that day. And I just want the understanding that I have class. So you can kind of see why I would be a little silent at that time. But as soon as my classes are over, I'm actually jumping into office hours and then responding to emails and help right away. And then the rest of the week, I am whatever students need from me to give them assistance. Attendance is pretty important for students, especially this live Zoom time. It's a mandated piece of their classwork. We take attendance. That attendance goes into the Synergy, so it is legitimate taken attendance and submitted. If a student needs to be absent from a Zoom day, we just ask the student can contact us, but we really need a contact from the parent or guardian as well, just to validate that they know that the student is not attending that class. And then there are some makeup pieces that I go through the student to do through that contact, that email contact, of the things that we need to go over and that they need to do to kind of make up for that attendance. So that we really want to make sure nobody just kind of falls off, that if a student isn't present, they're just not sort of forgotten about, that we pick up those elements and make sure that their instruction gets to them. Whether we do, I had a student absent this morning for class. She met me later in the afternoon in my open office hours, and we went over a summary of what the class did that day, and it worked out just beautifully. So that's an option to do. So whatever it is, we have a safety net in place. Grading, we're using the same Rochester scale, so the same grading scale is applied to our assignments, but I like to stress this idea. Sometimes students are taken a little bit aback if they're asked to do something again. And I just want to stress, the philosophy that I have is there's nothing wrong with reworking something. If a student isn't getting an assignment, isn't getting a piece of analysis, a deeper understanding of something, and I think that we can get there, I think that they're ready to go down that road, then I'm going to ask them to rework something. I might point them in a direction. Hey, think about this, or you have a great idea about that character, but what if you apply that motivation? How do you think that makes it different? To just get their thinking a little deeper and a little bit more critical, and doing it again a second time or adding to something they may have already done could only improve what they did. And if that leads to a better grade, then that's great to them. There is no penalty, there's no late if I ask them to rework something. So I'm a strong believer that reworking definitely builds learning. What you can offer to help your student would be really great at this time. And I know things are tight. Quarters are tight. Like I said, I'm not sure if you heard my daughter run by a minute ago, but helping your student find a quiet, dedicated space for school, especially during that Zoom time where they can focus on the interaction going on with the rest of their classmates and with me, where they can have a place that's quiet that they can speak and share things. And if that's not possible, we all do the best that we can. Obviously, everyone is very understanding. Make sure that you encourage your son or daughter to eat. I mean, it's easy how fast we forget to just have a drink of water, have something, eat something, keep your brain going. Take breaks. Take that snack or whatever it is and go have a break. Go stand outside in the sunshine while we have it, or take a walk down the block. Just stretch your legs, get out of the chair, stop looking at the screen. I know by the end of the day on Monday, my eyes just feel like they want to fall out. So taking breaks is important. And then please encourage them. I'm new to many of them, and I can seem kind of, the distance, the screens can seem kind of scary to reach out for help, but encourage them to send an email and ask for assistance when they need it. We are, all of us in the virtual campus, absolutely dedicated, well, all teachers are, but we're dedicated to making sure that our students feel supported and feel that this is a very strongly structured environment where they can get the help that they need. So I hope that if you have any questions, please feel free to share them with me. And we can talk about how we can help your student better. But I hope you've enjoyed learning about LA9 and the virtual campus. Have a wonderful evening.